Is this thing on yet? I don't see any viewers yet. I think I'll just pretend like it's working. Okay.
Okay.
So, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Flesh and Blood Unseals. Tonight we have a special guest. You've all seen his name many, many times in the spotlight on Flesh and Blood Unseals, doing box wars. But this might be the first time you've ever heard his voice. So please welcome Mark Melnick to Flesh and Blood Unseals.
What's up, Fab family? What's up, Chris?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks. How are you?
Excited, super excited. I got a kick-ass package in the mail today.
Oh,
Um,
yeah? What'd you receive?
Check this out, man. Watch this. I got like this this card right here. Check this out. Oh, there we go. Yeah. It came with a couple of cases. I don't know if
Think
y'all
you
can
need
see
to
that
hold it
there.
lower? You
Oh,
have to hold it lower a little?
you're looking
There
at
you
the wrong
go.
camera there, bud.
Oh,
There's two. Well, actually, you got to look at both cameras probably so you can see what's going on.
oh,
Um,
that's all right. That's pretty hot. I see it. It's pretty amazing.
yeah. So the spice rack is gonna have a little something in it that hasn't ever been there before, real soon, and that's compliments of Mark. And let's see here. There's a couple of folks online here. So we named this a Q&A for a reason. We were hoping that maybe folks in the crowd might have some questions that they would like to ask. Anybody into that?
Well,
So I'm pulling up the video here because on my screen all it says is viewer, viewer, viewer for some reason. So I can't see who's saying what. But
I could read it there. Dana's asking chicken fingers or chicken cutlet. Look,
uh,
it depends. This is a very good question. Are you feeling one of those days where you need to cheat a little on the meal and you need those extra calories? If we're going strict flavor wise, I don't think anybody could argue with the chicken cutlet. You're breading it, you're frying it. Chicken cutlet, even though it could be cooked and prepared in many different varieties, you are probably going with the grilled variety, which is healthy, which sets a great example for the people around you. But if you're living in an underground bunker like I am and nobody's around to watch what you do, I won't tell if you don't, Dana.
good answer. I like breaded chicken. What can I say?
It was meant to be breaded.
It gets a little dry if you don't do something to the outside. I don't know. Let's see here, Don. This is quality content, and I do not pay any money from this group. Well, thanks, Don. I appreciate it. We, I mean, we love what we do around here. We've got big plans of other new things we'd like to do around here. This is one of them, obviously. We want to get members of the community out here. We want to grow the community. So, charity event. Let's get back to that for a minute. We didn't talk about that enough. So, why is Shiana here again?
So Shiana is here because Shiana is my favorite artwork in Flesh and Blood. I fell in love with the art of Flesh and Blood, and yeah, these are some of the things I send Chris right now. Charity art case, beautiful stuff over there, and when I first played Magic the Gathering, the first thing you fell in love with was the artwork because nobody knew how to play Magic the Gathering the first time they picked up and looked at the cards. I mean, literally just designed by nature, the instruction manual, if you bought a starter deck, was literally located inside the pack and you had to tear open and go through the cards and look at the cards before you would actually get to the starter deck. So, as a kid, growing up in the ghetto of Brooklyn and moving to Staten Island eventually, I didn't come from a very artistic background. You know, I was one of those kids who could draw a stick figure and had literally zero artistic ability when it came to drawing things. So I was really drawn to Magic, and I know I'm bringing in Magic, and then I'm going to tell you why I love Fab and why Shiana's here because it all leads into it. My favorite artist growing up was Damian Willick because of Regrowth. Because when I saw the card Regrowth and the uncommon green card, it looked so real. I couldn't tell if it was a picture or a painting. When I look at Shiana's face, I look at her and I think like that could be a real person. The expression on her face is done so beautifully. I could almost generate thoughts and what she is thinking and feeling at the time, just wielding whatever power that she has, which is obviously massive. I just think it is one of the most beautiful cards, beautiful artworks ever made. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It is just my favorite, and because it's my favorite, I wanted to give people a chance to win it.
That's awesome. I feel the same way as you. It's kind of funny. Like I've opened, I don't know how many of these boxes. I actually did a rough count. I think it was like 160 or something like that on Unseals. Um, the count of Shiana versus Shard, uh, the same count actually. I almost upset it on that last night there, and then the next box had a Shard in it, so it ended up being 3 Shards and 3 Shianas. Um, what do you think about the rarity there? Do you think that she's as rare as the Shard?
I mean, obviously not. I don't think that James White and his entire crew were sitting around, thinking, oh, do we need to make a legendary, just as rare as the Fabled? What I actually think is Flesh and Blood did such a good job at randomization early, unlike some of the early, again, just and I use Magic as an honorable comparison to Flesh and Blood because of where I would like this game to go and where I would like it to achieve and get to in the future. When it came to Magic, it literally came to mapping, where you could say, okay, the next card is likely going to be this as you're opening up a pack. You can't do that in Flesh and Blood, and that is the beauty behind it. You can't do it. So what I'm actually thinking, Chris, is there's probably some case out there. Maybe it's literally right behind you on the floor right now. Maybe one of the cases I got you that just might be literally holding like 3 Shianas or 3 Shards or a combination of both. I mean, we've seen the art case that we opened on the last charity event, and I'll tell you, there would be people who would tell you there was absolutely almost zero chance of that happening. And it was just one of the most historic cases that literally turned the odds in our favor and just flipped what everyone thought was your odds of getting a legendary. So if the randomization is really that good, and based on people just saying, oh, I'm not pulling it, I opened up, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 crew cases, I can't find this girl, she's nowhere. There has to be that one case somewhere that is just hiding out, doing nothing. Maybe one of you are holding it right now that just has like 4 Shianas, 5 Shianas in it, or something along that line with Shards.
It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me a bit. And a bit of an anecdote, but I'll mention it since we're talking about this. That last that last case that had the Shard and the Shiana in it, the boxes were loaded into the case sideways. There was actually a dead space in the case, and the case was not quite shaped correctly because they had somehow pushed boxes into the case in the not right position when they had loaded them in there. And so I saw it on the video, or saw it when I opened the case, and I was like, well, that seems odd. I'd never noticed that before. But I just kept cracking because, that's what we do around here, and it turned out pretty well. So yeah, I kind of wonder if maybe there is some hand packing that goes on when it comes to the top cards in this set. Oh crap, I lost your audio. Hold on, Mark. Let's see if I get you back here. Can't hear you, Mark. Let's see here. This happened last night right around the 10-minute mark as well. I'm sensing a pattern. Not sure why. Well, maybe we're going to cut this one short. Lost audio on Mark. Same things I did last night. I feel like maybe there's a bit of a coincidence brewing here. Mark, I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off mid-thought there. But glad we could be here. Thanks for being here, Mark. Don't forget that we've got a charity break going on this Sunday. You still have some time to get into it, thankfully, because the mailman was a little bit late. So get your charitable donations in, and we'll get you on that list. We will be randoming that off live on video. So be a part. Come join us. Come help make the world a better place. All right. Well, talking by myself here. I wish I could hear Mark again. I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to go longer than 10 minutes next time. Talk to you all later.